If you woke up tomorrow and the XRP price would be at $100 per XRP, would you sell? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. And guys, I want to try hit 1,000 likes on this video. I don't think many people are going to be getting a notification, so if we can actually get 1,000 likes, that would be crazy. Make sure you press that button. Alright, so right now we got a lawsuit update titled Ripple Opposition to Motion for Protective Order. It is 5 a.m. I have been waiting for a long time for this to come out, but then it came out at like 2:30 a.m. my time. I saw a couple of friends though, so I was chatting for a little bit. Yeah, and here we are, 5 a.m. recording this little update, but I got you. We write in opposition to the SEC's request for a protective order, permitting it to avoid responding to defendants' 4th, 5th, and 6th set of requests for admission. The RFA's concern, which is again request for admission, critical facts that defendants believe are not genuinely disputed. Truthful admissions by the SEC will therefore significantly narrow the issues for trial. So the long story short about this entire document is Ripple wants the SEC to answer some stuff. And they basically put up quite a lot of questions, let's put it like that. And as it currently stands, the SEC is not really feeling it. They're not really feeling to answer a lot of that stuff. Now, the SEC does not seriously argue that the RFAs, which again are basically, how can I explain it in the best way? Kind of, you put up a request with an RFA, a request for admission. Yeah, let's just put a request for admission. Let's just put it like that. It's just basically a questionnaire. They argue that they do not seriously argue that the RFAs are irrelevant. Instead, it focuses almost exclusively on the sheer number of RFAs to argue that they are unduly burdensome, and this is triply wrong. First, as a matter of law, the large number of requests to admit is not in itself a basis for a protective order. Second, as a matter of fact, defendants' instructions will likely require the SEC to respond to only a fraction of these RFAs, as described in greater detail below. And third, the quantity of RFAs is proportional to the needs of the case. In fact, it is driven by the SEC's own litigation theories. The largest set, Set 6, which again, guys, is just sets of questions, let's put it like that, is based on the SEC's contention that every offer, sale, and distribution of XRP by defendants during the relevant period, 2013 to 2020, was the offer, sale, or distribution of an investment contract. That contention puts centrally at issue the express terms of more than 1,700 separate contracts. Yet, the SEC now complains that it would be unduly burdensome to require the SEC to review the contracts it alleges are unlawful securities offerings. This is a remarkable admission. Apparently, the SEC failed to review these contracts before alleging in its complaint that every single one of them was part of a course of unlawful conduct, and indeed, the SEC seeks disgorgement of at least $1.4 billion in revenue generated by Ripple from those exact same contracts, yet says it can't be bothered to actually read them. So the point being, Ripple wants a lot of questions to be answered by the SEC, which mostly come down to really trivial points, like these things are needed basically to get a proper understanding of what the case is actually about, what is exactly being alleged, and what both parties actually agree on and disagree on. One question could, for example, be about an internal of a Ripple law contract. Ripple, for example, had different contracts with different parties, but whatever Ripple stated in those contracts, the SEC is partially using as their offense. So, for example, one of the things which the SEC states is that Ripple in their contracts made an agreement that, for example, this is an example, I don't know if this is real, that the price would go up, right? That's what the SEC is, for example, saying. Ripple would like to argue that that's not the case. And so they, for example, ask in one of their questionnaires, basically, where do you find that? You know, where does it state that? And, for example, it's a little bit like the interrogatories in that sense, right? Like we've already covered it. A question along the lines of, do you mean to say that? Do you mean to say that we have told so? Yada, yada, yada. Now, I might be a little bit wrong on some parts of this, guys. I'm just going to be completely honest, as I am a little bit confused as to why there are different sets, for example, and a couple of small parts are still not 100% clear to me. But I've just basically looked at the context here, and I looked at some of the things which Ripple is now writing, and this is basically the conclusion which it comes down to. So don't hold my word for what exactly are the internals of what both sides are trying to get after here, or what exactly can be asked and what cannot be asked. I don't know. But what I do know is definitely that it's pretty juicy on Ripple's side. This document is just purely nice because they basically are trying to prove that whatever the SEC is saying makes absolutely no sense. They gave no basis for getting rid of any of these claims, and the only basis they claim is saying it's a lot. But that's the whole point. They need a lot. They need to know a lot. And so I don't think the judge is actually gonna kind of stand with the SEC on this one. I'm always unbiased in that sense. I always choose the side which I think really should win. I don't think they're going to side with the SEC because you can't really say that questions that need to be answered can be unduly burdensome in this specific degree, depending, of course, on what's in all these sets. But even though it's a lot to cover, if these are issues that are central to the case, like, for example, discussions about Ripple's contracts, I can understand how Ripple really needs to know what the SEC is thinking about that for some arguments. So I am on Team Ripple with this one, guys. Very much so. And so the bases are the RFAs concern relevant issues that are not genuinely disputed. And there's some examples for the 4th, 5th, and I believe 6th set. And then there's point number 2, which is the RFAs are not unduly burdensome. So the 2 points that we discussed earlier, they are being worked out a little bit further. You can read this if you want to. I would say don't take the time for it. Why would you? Then again, if you really have time left, go check it out. And I didn't actually check through the exhibits just quite yet, guys. So I wouldn't know exactly what is in those. Oh, here we're, for example, saying we're seeing the timelines for how long they have to respond to all these sets of RFAs. Okay. The extensions previously offered by defense did not reduce the unreasonable burden of responding to more than 29,000 interrogatories. It's a lot of questions, though, guys. It's a lot of freaking questions. Holy smokes. Now, before we move on, make sure you check out the Bybit competition. There's already about 40 people who have entered. Guys, we need to step up the numbers a little bit because the registration is going to end in a couple of days. But I think in like 3 days from now, let's see here. It is right on the 8th. In 3 days from now, the competition is going to start. Be part of it from the start if you want to have the best chance to win. A link is going to be down below. If you're already trading on Bybit, right, and you're referred by me, just press the button to register. If not, check it out. There's 50,000 XRP on the line, guys. I am not telling you guys this for nothing. If you're not checking this out, I don't know. I think this is literally one of the best chances to make free money, basically. It's kind of a luck-based thing, And there's not going to be that many people who enter. At maximum 100. Oh, sorry, guys. At maximum 1,000, I mean. At maximum. Make sure you join. Make sure you join. Check it out. A link is going to be down below. So a couple of conclusions that people drew from this is just the SEC is getting kind of desperate since they now are not even trying to actually give good arguments anymore. They're just trying to say, you know what, we don't want to answer because it's work. And I'm not even kidding. That's actually their best defense here. They're saying, it's burdensome. It's a lot of work. That's literally the best defense they've just given, which is kind of funny. And again, Ripple's not trying to argue that the SEC literally didn't even try in this document. So James put up on Twitter, Ripple defendants filed their opposite. Guys, it is freaking cold in here, man. I'm getting so cold. Let me see. All right, I was trying to find. Oh, here we go. All right, guys, I got myself a little shirt. I thought, you know what? It's freaking 30 degrees out here. Let me take my shirt off. Get excited for this little video for y'all. I'm freezing like a little penguin. I guess penguins don't really freeze because they can handle the cold quite well. And that's a dumb analogy. I was freezing, period. Let's put it like that. I'm now completely comfortable. So the Ripple defendants filed their opposition to the SEC's request for a telephone conference in order to seek a protective order relieving the SEC of any obligation to respond to the request for admission. The Ripple defendants state that the RFAs concern critical facts the defendants believe are not genuinely disputed. Truthful admissions by the SEC will therefore significantly narrow the issues at trial, or for trial. I think that's important as well, for the judge specifically, because you want to be as certain as possible about what exactly you're having a dispute about. Think about this. What if you're in a lawsuit and you literally don't know exactly what the other party wants from you? Could you imagine the stress, but also just the weirdness of the situation if you don't fully understand? Yeah, I could definitely understand it. All right, I have a lot of other news here actually, but I'm thinking, guys, let me just give you guys this update for right now. Tomorrow, there's another lawsuit update coming out, and you guys already know, we're going to be pulling out a ton of crypto updates tomorrow as well. But look out for this Ripple's response to the SEC's motion for a telephonic conference about the videotapes, basically. Right now, we got this one checked off. Next one, and the only thing in the near pipeline is the response tomorrow. Of course, there's going to be an update tomorrow, but I think it's going to happen during the nighttime somewhere. So most likely pretty late at night. Then again, we'll get to it, all right? Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. Again, guys, make sure that you check out the Bybit competition, and I will see you all again. Quick thing, Shiba Inu, what happened? Big drop, huh? Again, I'll make a full update on this tomorrow. I just want to quickly intervene here and say, I am very interested to see this coin move. We just had a huge pump and dump. It went almost to all-time high. It came to a critical point, which again, I'll show you guys tomorrow. Came back down about 40%. What an interesting coin. So let me make clear one thing. I will not tell anybody to buy the dip for Shiba because I'm not really that sure about the crypto. What I will tell you is I'm holding to the bitter freaking end. I'm not selling that coin. No way. I'm sticking with it until we get to some crazy price. And if we don't, I've lost my money, but that's okay. Because this coin, guys, is again, in my own opinion, not fundamentally the best, but it is a coin that has potential for gains. I've told you guys that before. And I noticed a lot of people unsubscribe when I talk about Shiba. It's okay, guys. I know that the real ones will always stay and they appreciate whatever we post up. So, hey, guys, if you ever have any requests for what coins you want me to cover, put it down below. DustWC has got you. And we got a big update coming out tomorrow. A lot of them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for that.